About 2 years ago, our street outreach coordinator, Ryan Hannon, he started seeing a ton of homeless veterans on our streets in the Grand Traverse area. The numbers were going up, he was serving more and more homeless veterans, and it didn't seem right, so he started looking into things that Goodwill could do to help this problem.
It's really sad for me to come out here and see places like this where veterans that were serving our country and defending our freedom, and they have to come back and to live in places like this.
We began researching exactly how desperate or how many homeless men and women are there in northern Michigan.
When Goodwill decided to do something about the problems facing homeless veterans in northern Michigan, we started talking to our local veterans administrations.
There are no transitional services for homeless vets in these 29 counties. None.
This is their home. These guys are fighting for our hometowns. Why can't they stay here to get the care they deserve?
Well, we have 3 children, and 2 of them are our 2 sons. Both are in the military. Our oldest, Andrew, is 26 will be 26 years old. He enlisted after he graduated from college. He graduated from college in December of '07, and he decided he wanted to do something that made a difference. People think homeless soldier, Vietnam veteran, but there are so many out there already that have served in Iraq and Afghanistan. There are so many more that are still serving in Iraq and Afghanistan. I say a prayer every night that both my boys will get through their experience great and they come out unscathed on the other side, but there's so many that don't.
Post-traumatic stress is a result of a physical situation that's been placed upon you that has manifested itself in a mental disturbance and a mental unbalance. And we don't necessarily have the ability to control that. I mean, he could come home and just disappear because he just doesn't want to put a burden on his mom and dad. We have the capability to be able to support him. We would want to support him, but we may not be able to. To know that there's an actual place where he could go that will help him on his own terms, I guess is the best way to say it, is very, very comforting.
And go right there, and this. Computer stuff. I was stationed in many places around the world, actually, but it's aircraft weapons systems is what I was trained in, nuclear weapons, conventional weapons, and served 73 and 74 in Southeast Asia. Well, sometimes you load a bird up and then you're waiting around at night for it to come back, and it'd never come back, only to find out a couple days later that part of the crew went out and done a search and rescue, and it was actually just a recovery. Those bad deals happen. That kind of messes with your mind for the rest of your life. We get a mental conflict going on, and when we come back, we no longer trust civilians. We no longer how to interact with civilians sometimes, and therefore, we want nothing to do with them. We'd rather just be out and be left alone. But we have a lot of issues and problems, and we can't get to the help. Something new every day. I love it.
In a facility such as what's being proposed here with Goodwill, it reforms that camaraderie. Even though they don't know that individual, they get to know him.
And you actually are standing in the middle of Patriot Drive, in front of Patriot Place, which is Goodwill's transitional housing units for homeless veterans in a 29-county area. What we are building are 4 duplex homes, modular homes, joined together in the bare space right there by single-car garages. These are 3-bedroom homes. There'll be 3 veterans per home, and each house is fully equipped with actual things that you would need to set up a home for yourself if you were moving in.
These are homes. It's a neighborhood. These guys will be proud of their homes. They'll maintain them. They'll have roommates that are other soldiers from every tour of service. It'll be a really special place for them to bond and get back on their feet.
We're not going it alone. I mean, the very fact that we got a very substantial per diem from the VA, they recognize this problem, and they recognize that they wanted to partner with us.
This transitional housing community that Goodwill Industries is seeking to build in Otsego County will provide, in some instances, the first and only pillow and roof that these homeless veterans have seen since being in the military.
It's very important that our community supports this project because we all have a veteran in our lives, whether a family member or a friend that's served in war or someone that we know. And for them to come back and have to live on the streets is really a disservice to them.
This is a way for me personally to give some of that service back, because this is volunteer. We're geeked because we think it's the right project.
They've served our country with honor, with distinction, and they deserve more from us.
This is also for these men and women that are serving today, and they continue to serve. And I think we're building a big problem out there that we haven't even begun to address.
I challenge everyone watching this video to think of the veterans in your life. For me, I think of my granddad, and I think of my buddy in college that's currently fighting over in Iraq. Think of them when you think of this project.
It's something that I can use as a means to serve, and I like that.
I think one of the things that people have to understand is that this is a partnership of love.
And it's there, and we need to get it built today. We need those funds today, and we need the support of the community, because these are people. These are your next door neighbors, these are your children, your brothers, your sisters, your nieces, nephews. They're there, they're serving, and they're going to come home, and we need a place to give them help. It is not just Goodwill, it is not just the VA, it is the community that we also need. And by community, I don't mean a community defined by county lines. I mean the community of family.
We need your support. We need people to make donations to this project to make it happen for your community, for the veterans that fought for your community so that they can stay in their hometown.
This is one way that you and your company, your foundation, your family can be involved in helping these men who have served with such distinction.
I think this is a way for our community to give back and make things right for the guys that served us and allow us to live free.
Anything that you can give to donate into the Goodwill Industries system is being reached out to benefit over 600 homeless veterans to get us back on our feet, to get us back with our families, to get us going again.
We need the support of our brotherhood of community to make sure that not only does this project exist, but it has a chance to grow and we can serve more and more people who are in need of our services.
It couldn't be better. It could not be a better investment of your donated dollars. It's a three-legged stool. This project is not going anywhere because we've got great partners. We've got Goodwill, who has a multiple decades track record of serving homeless populations, and we do it really well. We've got the Veterans Administration. They're a huge funding partner in this project, and they're providing staff. So they've got the people invested in it, they've got the dollars invested in it. The last part, the third leg of the stool to keep this project going is you. We need people in our community to be a part of this program to keep it going. And the even better part about the whole project is that once it's built, it's sustainable. We've got a funding mechanism to keep this thing going pretty much forever. We just need the bricks and mortar dollars now to build the project, and we need you to be a part of it.